Hello, it is Tuesday and it is time for the Quiet as Mouse book club again. This week I am reviewing Moby Dick by Herman Melville. I haven't put up a video for a week. Yeah, last week was just a bad week. I didn't do any filming. This week is better. So Moby Dick is an 1851 novel. It is narrated by Ishmael. He is a sailor who goes on a whaling voyage led by Captain Ahab, who is obsessed with getting revenge on a particular white whale called Moby Dick, who took his leg on a previous voyage. This is a book that I've been meaning to read for a while but have struggled to find the time for. At the end of 2013 I watched a BBC TV film called The Whale, which is about the real-life Essex incident when a whaler from Nantucket is attacked and sunk by a whale in 1820. This is also the story that Moby Dick is based on, so I was interested in reading this far more famous interpretation of the events. But I enjoyed the BBC show and I'd recommend looking it up. It starred Martin Sheen and Jonas Armstrong and John Boyega as well, fact fans. Anyway, book review. This book is quite long. It has 135 chapters. What I find most interesting perhaps is the amount of different styles used to tell the story. Something I have not come across to such an extent before. There's normal prose. There are essays about whales, whale hunting, whale taxonomy, life on board a ship. It becomes a bit of an encyclopedia occasionally. And there's also like Shakespearean soliloquies and asides and stage directions, which were my favourite. It makes the book a very curious read, in a good way, I think. I would say that the essays get a little tedious at times. I'm all for a good essay, and some of them were very interesting, and were useful to the understanding of the plot and gave interesting allusions and metaphors, but my attention did wander quite a bit. Just the balance was a little bit off for me, but on the plus side I now know more about whales than I ever thought I would. The first 100 odd pages and the last 100 odd pages were my favourites in the book. The middle part was the bit where most of the attention wandering happened. The beginning before Ishmael gets on the ship was my favourite part of the book, and the end, the bit that the book has been building up to for so long, where we have the battle between the whale and the ship reaching its fatal conclusion, was very exciting and well done. Captain Ahab is a pretty fascinating character, mysterious and terrifying and uncompromising, and his story very much upstages Ishmael's story. This is probably a book to read more than once. There's so much symbolism and so many allegories that I definitely haven't picked up first time round. Having said that, I don't think that I'm going to be reading it again anytime soon, because I just didn't enjoy reading it enough. I didn't get lost in the book, I wasn't invested enough in the characters. I found it interesting as a piece of history, for its style and for the information it gave me, but I rarely found it gripping or exciting. I can, however, see how people could. But I will give this book 3.3 out of 5. The next book I will be reviewing is Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, and that is on the 2nd of February. And then on the 16th of February, I am going to review The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I've actually read this book before. It will be only the second book that I have reviewed on this channel that I have read previously, the first being Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone because I was reviewing the illustrated edition. But I want to read this book again because I read it when I was younger and I didn't get on very well with it at all. So I want to try again. I hope you have a great day. I would love to know what you think about Moby Dick if you have read it. Also, has anybody else seen The Whale? I would say that my next video will probably be Phone Friday, but I said that last week and then it turned out not to be true, so my next video will exist, and it will probably be later on this week. I'll see you soon.